When I was a little kid, 8 or 9 years old, I was frequently sick and spent many a winter in bed, absent from school. So my mother, to occupy me, would bring me papers and pens to draw. And when I started drawing, I found that I had a bit of a knack for it. At about the same time, I started reading Charlie Brown and Snoopy in the comic strip Peanuts, and I realized that I wanted to draw, and I wanted to do a comic strip. So comic strips is a combination between the artwork and the writing. But if you ask me, the writing is 90–95%. There are a lot of people who can draw. There are not a lot of people who can write funny. That's good for me because I don't draw that well, but I can write. So as long as you can write funny, you can really get away with drawing just stick figures and the comic strip will work. Whereas if you can only draw, but you're not funny, much harder. So I was a lawyer for 10 years, and when I was a lawyer, I started putting together packages of comic strips, 20 at a time, putting them in an envelope, sending them to comic strip syndicates in New York City. And they gave me some feedback that was positive. They didn't accept it, but it was positive. And that made me keep going, because they only accept one strip out of every 6,000 that people submit. But the positive feedback when they rejected me was good enough that I stuck with it. So after years of rejection, when I finally paired this little stick figure rat I had with a stick figure pig, it worked. And then I was off and running, and I got to quit being a lawyer. And I've done it for the last 16 years. They can, but the route is different. So they don't really syndicate anymore because newspapers have shrunk so much. But what you can do, which I could not do at the time, is with social media, build up an audience. It requires you to be really good, really funny. If you can do those things, and if you can make people laugh, you can build up an audience rather rapidly. So the people who have succeeded online are doing as well as I'm doing. And they don't even have income from newspapers. They do it entirely from selling their books, selling merchandise, and that's done all online. So that's the avenue I would tell people to take now.